Hello everyone, this is EB the Sponge Reviewer here, and I'm back with another SpongeBob SquarePants review, and I had almost forgot that I was supposed to watch this episode today, but I remembered myself, and that is the episode Biscuit Ballyhoo, and yeah, I actually pretty enjoyed this episode. I actually enjoyed this episode quite a lot, and I will give you guys my little review of it. So in this episode, Sandy's science scouts, consisting of SpongeBob, Squidina, and Pearl, are out selling biscuits so they can afford a trip to Mars. But when Mr. Krabs ends up seeing this, he then recruits up with Squidward, and he brings SpongeBob along to compete with their biscuit selling, so they can earn the money for their trip. So yeah, this episode was actually really fun and funny at the same time because this episode did have some really humorous jokes within the characters selling the biscuits. Like for example, we got Squidina selling biscuits to Baby Prunes and her daughter from Chocolate with Nuts. They return in this episode. And then we have Squidina selling the biscuits to Bubble Bass, and that's when Mr. Krabs shows up, and then he basically tries to sell his Krabby Doodles. Yeah, Krabby Doodles. That's the name of their version of their biscuits, which is basically stale Krabby Patty buns. And so Mrs. Puff is in this episode because that's actually the scene where Squidina was trying to sell her her biscuits to Mrs. Puff, and then Mr. Krabs then shows up to ruin everything. And then there's this really messed up part with Mr. Krabs is when Pearl was riding her bike, and then Mr. Krabs then just interferes and then just takes the axle off of her wagon attached to the bike. And yeah, so then we got a scene with SpongeBob selling the biscuits to a taxi driver. And yeah, so yeah, overall this was actually a really fun episode. It was very entertaining, and there were some really funny jokes in the episode. Oh yeah, there was this one more joke that I forgot to mention, and that was the obligatory explosions in this episode where Mr. Krabs lands into a mattress factory and then it explodes. I thought that was pretty funny. And then there's also another scene where they were trying to sell, Pearl was selling her biscuits to this retirement home, and we got a little cameo of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in a picture frame. And then Squidina and SpongeBob, towards the climax, was out of the picture, and it was mostly Pearl doing the rest of the selling, while not Pearl, SpongeBob and Squidina was out in the background, and obviously Sandy was out of the picture in the climax. Well, during the climax too, because of course she is the counselor of the Science Scouts, and yeah. So yeah, overall that is my review on Biscuit Ballyhoo. Pretty fun episode. I quite enjoyed it, and it was lots of fun. All right, so thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys this Sunday with my review on the next episode of Camp Coral. Yes, I will be reviewing the next Camp Coral episode that I have with me on Sunday, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.